Right before I begin this lesson, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who are the true leaders of the nation of Israel in these last days, if you could believe it, receive it, or not. All right, I'm Rawchaa Mayam, and I want to go into some prophecy, and of course, bring out some history, all right, because it's relevant news. And just recently, Joe Biden just made a statement of, he used the word Armageddon, and he also used the words Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, I'm going to get into that article in just a moment, but let's go into this first. The Cuban Missile Crisis, also known as the October Crisis of 1962, the Caribbean Crisis, or the Missile Scare, was a 35-day from October 16th through November 20th, 1962. So I believe, damn, that's like, it's almost the 60-year anniversary of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union, which escalated into an international crisis. It was also a arms race to see who could produce more missiles. It was, it was back and forth. It was also an arms race, which escalated into an international crisis when America deployments of missiles in Italy and Turkey were matched by Soviet deployments of similar ballistic missiles in Cuba. So America staged missiles in Turkey and Italy, so Russia returned the favor. Okay, we're going to place missiles in Cuba, and we're going to face it at you. You got missiles faced at us, we're going to face missiles at you. So it shook the whole world up at this time. Everybody was shook at this time. All right, so it says here, despite the short time frame, the Cuban Missile Crisis remains a defining moment in U.S. national security and nuclear war preparation. The confrontation is often considered the closest the Cold War came to escalating into a full-scale nuclear war. So Joe Biden said this is getting to be like the nuclear or the Cuban Missile Crisis of '62. Right? And that's all I want to read on this, all right? Of course, JFK or Kennedy was the president of the U.S. at this time, and you had the president Nikita Khrushchev, the president of the Soviet Union at this time. Gorbachev came, I believe, after or something like that. But anyway, now, what precepts come to mind? Ezekiel 38, 2nd Ezra 16, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 9th chapter. Man, hold on. Isaiah 13, Isaiah 14, Jeremiah 51, Jeremiah 50, Isaiah 47, Revelation 18, Revelation 11. You know, this is World War III, man. World War III, Habakkuk chapter 2, Joel chapter 3. Let's go into it. Let's go into this article first, though. Let's go into this article first. Here we go. From BBC News, Ukraine war. Biden says nuclear risk highest since 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. He says this, the risk of a nuclear Armageddon, that's a key word, Armageddon. We got to go into Revelation 16 now, is at its highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, U.S. President Joe Biden has said. Mr. Biden said Russia's President Vladimir Putin was not joking. Yeah, the bear ain't joking. When he spoke of using tactical nuclear weapons after suffering setbacks in Ukraine, the U.S. was trying to figure out Mr. Putin's way out of the war, he added. The U.S., the United States, and the EU, or the European Union, had previously said Mr. Putin's nuclear sabri rattling should be taken seriously. Right, it should be taken seriously because at the end of the day, Russia is going to destroy America. Point blank, period. Right, Gog and Magog are going to destroy America. America's allies are going to destroy America. Gather yourselves round about it. Set yourself in array round about her. All right. Let's deal with this word Armageddon first. Now, before we do that, let's go into Habakkuk. Sure, Zechariah, that's another one. World War III. Zechariah 14. What else? Man. Whew. Ezekiel. You got precepts in Ezekiel. Okay. Let's go into Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's read verse 1 through 3. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved, right? So Habakkuk was a watchman. He warned, he blew the trumpet loud. He gave that distinct sound of war. That long blast. Okay, it's time for war. Habakkuk is on the scene right now, and he's blowing that long sound of war. He's blowing the trumpet. He's sounding the alarm. What's that, Joel chapter 2? I will stand upon my watch, and that's what we did back in the ancient world. We would stand upon the watchtower to see when an enemy would come in, right? But now we're watching in prophecy. What's Matthew 24? That's another one. Rumors of war. Oh, my goodness. Oof, man. So, right. And that's the job of a prophet, is to warn the people of the upcoming impending destruction. Doom and gloom. It ain't going to be a pretty message. It's to warn the people. So verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. And the vision is what? The RFID, MOTB, C-HIP, World War III, Jacob's trouble. Okay, the kingdom to come, you name it. And make it plain upon tables. Plain means to make it plain, distinct, clear. Right, upon tables, and tables just represent the Bible, that he may run that readeth it. Run, I believe, what's that word, run? To guard, run. I believe it's to understand. I know the one in Revelation is to understand. Let's finish this first though. But it's to understand that he may run, run, carry the correct message to others, right? Run that readeth it, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And the prophecies are speaking, right? You got Putin, Russia, you got America, Edomites against Edomites, Satan against Satan. Though it tarry, wait for it. You got Elam. They're going to be involved in World War III. India. You got Iran, which are the Elamites also. They're going to be involved in World War III. You got Moab, the Chinese. They're going to be involved in World War III. You got Japan. They're going to be involved in World War III. The Ammonites. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. In the prophecies, the vision is speaking loud and clear. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right? Because prophecy, there's a time and place for everything. Right? Ecclesiastes 3. There's a time for peace. There's a time for war. Now is a time of war, not a peace. There is no peace unto the wicked, saith the Lord. There is no peace. All right. Let's go back to... Let's get the one in Revelation, the one I wanted. Revelation, I believe it's... What's that? Chapter 1 and verse 3. Right. Revelation, this one is to understand. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and those that are going to hear the words of this prophecy are the elect, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So blessed is he that readeth. That word readeth means to understand, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, because the Bible is full of prophecy. From front to back, it's full of prophecy. The scriptures say the Bible is also full of lamentation, mourning, and woes. Now, Revelation 11 and verse 14. Revelation 11 and verse 14. The second woe means destruction, is past. That's World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third woe, it hasn't happened yet. That's World War III. This is Revelation chapter 16. Let's go into that word Armageddon. Revelation chapter 16. Let's start at verse 14. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. Right, the kings of the earth, you got the kings of the east, you got the kings of the west, you got the nations, to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. Right, and these nations are going to be gathered, when you read Joel chapter 3, they're going to be gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Mashaphat, the Lord's judgment. That's where the Lord is going to judge these nations. That's where World War III is going to go down at, the Middle East or in that region, or in those areas. Behold, I come as a thief, and also to Yahweh Shai returning in those chariots to take down Esau, Edom, and his military. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth. Watch how? Not watching a porno flick, not watching a basketball game, not watching a Super Bowl, not watching a hockey game, not watching tennis, but watching what? In prophecy. Right? If you call yourself an Israelite, okay, or you call yourself a prophet, your ass better be speaking about prophecy. Right? So we're prophets, okay? A prophet speaks before. All right, that's what prophet means, to say before. And keep it, and we're telling you World War III is going to happen before it happens. And keepeth his garments, right? Keepeth his garments means a spiritual, this understanding, being enlightened and bringing out these prophecies, all right? It doesn't mean having a physical garment. Lest they walk naked and they see his shame, right? Naked, having not the truth, destitute of the truth, right? Falling out of the truth, feeling weak. Verse 16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, right? And the reason why Joe Biden made that statement or mentioned the word Armageddon, and in the Hebrews, I'm a God one, by the way, which means a mountain of troops. I'm a God one, a mountain of troops. And the reason why Joe Biden made that statement, let's grab Proverbs 21. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Now, the heart could be your mind, your lob. The Hebrew word for mind is lob. So the Most High is using Biden as a puppet here. Say this, say that, speak like this, speak like that. Right? As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Here's another one, another beautiful precept. Proverbs 16 and 1. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So the Lord prepares, he prepares the word, anything that you speak, the Lord prepares that for you to speak. All right? We can make our own plans. No, that's off. But the Lord gives the right answer. That's way off. The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. See? So the Most High prepares what you're going to say before you say it. You know, like you got a speech. People write down a speech for you. And you're reading off the paper and what you're going to say. Well, the Lord puts it in your mind to say certain things. Fuck the paper or the speech that people write down for you. The Lord is the one that gives you these words to speak. So Joe Biden mentioned Armageddon. And then the Bible talks about Armageddon. All right, and that's the valley of Jehoshaphat, where these nations are going to come together. Joel 3. Once again, the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So there is no free will. Here's another one, also in Proverbs. I believe it's Proverbs 20 and 24. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his way? Man's goings are of the Lord. It ain't you. It ain't you. You don't dictate your own life. The Most High dictates your life for you. Okay, let me see. Revelation 16. There's a lot of precepts to go into. I believe, Revelation 11, Revelation 16. What else did I go into? There's a lot of precepts to go into. But yeah, that was it. During 1962, you had the Cuban Missile Crisis, which, and also the arms race during that time. And now it's coming back. It's coming back in a big way. And there is no stopping or avoiding World War III. There is no stopping it. There is no stopping it. But with that, shalom.